So today I got a topic to talk about, which is just sort of the backstory to the Ninja 250. Backstory to how I got the Ninja 250. I had a subscriber ask about it, so I figured I'd tell everyone. Alright. It's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 95 minus 32 is 63 divided by 2, that's 31 Celsius. And we're in full gear. This is crazy. Plus I have to go to the gas station and the mailbox. Alright. See if this starts. I sure hope so. Nope.
Fucking heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Okay, so here's the story of the Ninja 250 that I got. After I got my MSF certification, and I got my motorcycle license, I started searching Craigslist for all the different motorcycle listings, and what I really wanted to get was a yellow Ninja 250. It had to be yellow because, as you all know, yellow is the fastest color. So I went out and I watched the listings for quite a while. I also went to a local motorcycle shop and just sat on one for a while just to get a feel for what it's like. And finally I found one that seemed reasonably priced for the area. Here in Southern California, Ninja 250s they're kind of overpriced, and it's easy to sell a Ninja 250 for like $2,000. Anyway, that's what I bought mine for, and I've seen a lot of other Ninja 250s on sale on Craigslist for quite a bit more. So this is the place where there's a Ninja 250 racket going on. Anyway, so I called the dude up and I said, hey man, I'd like to check out the bike. So I drove down, and he was a student, apparently, as it turned out to be. And he said, I ride the bike a little bit from time to time, but now I've got a Honda CVR 929RR Fireblade, and I don't ride it that much, but I do ride it periodically to make sure that it keeps running. It's not good to let it sit for months on end. So I said, okay, great. And I said, okay, can you deliver it to my place? Because I have no idea how to really ride a motorcycle on public roads. And he said, okay, one condition. You have to give you a ride back home. So I said, no problem. And the next day he rides the bike all the way up to my place, drops it off, do the paperwork, and I drop him off at his place, and that was that. So I had a motorcycle. And the next day, right away, I got on the motorcycle, did the full pre-flight check, really meticulously, because this is the first time I was ever going to ride a motorcycle. And I sure as hell wasn't about to go riding in traffic on the first day. So what I did was I did what I'm doing right now, what you've seen me do for the last few minutes here, is I just tooled around the neighborhood where the speed limit's something like 25 miles an hour. And this is Sunday morning that I was doing this too, and I'm surprised nobody yelled at me for doing it. It's Sunday morning, quiet neighborhood, and I'm just tooling around on Ninja 250, and as I got better at it, I'd start going a bit faster. And the whole point of this was to work on basic turning from a stop, using the turn signals and making all that automatic. And it took a while. I mean, when I first did it for the first few tries, I kept screwing it up. I wouldn't hit the signal properly, or I wouldn't cancel my signal. That was a big one. I would keep forgetting to cancel my signal. So I just kept doing this over and over. And I think this loop is something like maybe about 1 mile or so, 1.5 miles. This random sort of looping kind of path that I'm taking. That's the LA River, by the way. So I also went to a parking lot that's not too far away, and I just did some U-turns. And all this is inside, like, the neighborhood area. This is not, I never had to go through a single traffic light controlled intersection the whole time. And that was day one, and I basically did that, and I practiced doing stuff like this, basically. 90-degree turns and stops. That's all it was. And that covered 60 miles. 60 miles of these neighborhood loops. It's good practice. Learned a lot in that day. I'm a little concerned about running with the high beams on the Ninja, because I read somewhere that the Ninja doesn't really charge its battery properly until you get to about 7,000 RPMs. So I'm running on low beam right now. It's also good to practice just dealing with intersections where there's relatively no traffic when you're riding around a small neighborhood like this. So it's a really good place to practice before you go out into real traffic. So that was day one, and then day two, I actually went out into traffic, but not in the daytime. I went out at nighttime because there's a lot less traffic around here late at night, around 10 and 11 o'clock at night. And I also put on that bright fluorescent icon vest. It's pretty amazing. All this stuff I'm doing now is completely automatic. I'm not really having to think consciously about canceling the signal or using the turn signals. It's all just automatic muscle memory reflex. It's just my observation. And it's amazing how much I've improved since when I first started. I locked the rear brake on the first day. I did I did half a block. I just sort of went on the outside of the neighborhood into real traffic. And as I was slowing down to make my turn to get back into the neighborhood, I locked the rear brake because I downshifted too aggressively. So when I went into real traffic, I restricted myself to traveling in a straight line. Right there, I just drove for several miles at night, late at night, all the way down that road, just practicing stopping at traffic signals, dealing with intersections.